booties for black girl nerds.
Hi, ladies.
Hi, Diedre. How are
Hi.
you?
Hi. Listen, I wanted to get started real fast. You guys have a lot of guest stars this season, and I'm wondering if that's sort of because, and either one of you can answer, it's because maybe it's the second season, the show's very popular now, or is it just they wanted to do it?
I just think it's a
Oh,
part of how Robin set the show up is that it allows opportunities for these amazing guest stars, a lot of which you never see in the space of doing sketch comedy, an opportunity to come and play with us and to just have fun. So I think having that moment to shine in this amazing world that we have created is just a lot of fun. People want to be a part of it, especially after season one being so successful, especially after Angela Bassett gets a nomination for an Emmy for guest starring on our show. It's just people really like want to be a part of the fun and this magic that we're playing with. So I think having them on all of these guest stars just really helps boost our level of craftsmanship because we want to welcome them with open arms and embrace them and nurture the experience because having them just really just enhances the whole entire thing just that much more.
You know, Ashley, I noticed that this theme, a lot of group things with women and yoga and lectures and seminars and that kind of thing. Was that intentional or just happened?
I think one of our focuses this year was more of those like relatable things. So yeah, when you just go to a yoga retreat or one of those seminars or something like that, it's an environment that people are very familiar with. And they're like, "Oh yeah, I do that all the time," and then the sketch goes off like a
Mhm.
rocket ship to something crazy. But yeah, I think we really wanted to make sure the audience felt that the series was relatable to them and that they felt seen and that these are characters that they kind of know. And I think that's reflected in what you noticed.
Okay. And Gabrielle, I noticed that the makeup in all of these various sketches is perfect. It's just so good. And I'm wondering, when you're in the makeup chair, do you start getting into character at that point based on as they get closer to completion, the makeup artist, or is it something where wait till it's over?
I think it's 1000%. So many of the departments add to the mix of what makes our characters so great. Specifically, when we do like a special effects makeup, those are my favorites because it's a complete transformation. So be able to sit in that chair and you rehearse and you practice your physicalities and what you're going to do, but then to actually see it come to life in real time, to just go from my face is a chocolate brown girl, then I'm a blue face. It's just like what's happening, and then the wigs come on, and or lashes, or nails, or contacts, or whatever, and it all plays such a big part in what we do with just the acting itself. So it's really fun to sit in that chair and to watch. First of all, these women are amazing. To be able to sit and watch their craftsmanship, like you said, every single one of these characters are done so perfectly, whether they're supposed to look perfect or not. Their imperfection is perfect. And to be able to watch these women's craftsmanship, it's just like wow, and you're very proud to sit in their chair and just feel very honored to be a part of that masterpiece that they put together.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's great. I understand that in this is for either one of you. Issa Rae was involved in a few things in sketches, but I'm wondering how involved was she because she's so busy right now. So how involved was she this season?
Well, Issa is also one of our executive producers, in addition to coming and playing with us in some of the sketches. So she's, definitely involved in the show, but she also just comes in like an assassin and like, oh, you haven't
Mhm.
seen Issa for a couple of weeks, and she just comes in and murders the sketch and then leaves.
Yeah,
So it's always a fun day when she shows up to set to see what she's gonna do.
Okay.
she's so fun to watch. She's really, really fun to
Yes.
watch because I look at her as like she's my boss, but being able to see her come in and just like Ashley said, she comes in and she just fearlessly is prepared and is ready to go, and she comes with complete, craftsmanship and like an assassin, and she just comes in and drops it, and then like she said, she just leaves and like How you like that? And we're like, we loved it. What are you talking about? We want to see more. So we love having Issa play with us because she's just so good at what she does, and she's fun to be around, fun to work with.
Cool. Now I saw a lot of the outtakes as well, and they're funny. And I'm curious as to whether or not you guys are going to include those. I don't know if you
There
are.
will be some.
Oh,
Yeah, there will be some.
Okay, good. And finally, I think because they're giving you the time, what's a typical day? And this is for either one of you. I know it's like should be one or the other, but what's a typical day like for the ideas, the writing room, that kind of?
that's an Ashley question. She's a writer.
Yeah. Yeah, we typically come in with a pretty strong idea. Like we really work on our pitches, our own, and you come in and you pitch to the group, I have an idea for a sketch about this. And then the magic happens, which is these are just the smartest, funniest women in the world. And you're just sitting in a room and they're like, what about this? What about this? Adding to your ideas. And I always marvel at how I sat down and really thought of the best version of this idea that my one brain could come up with. But then once the whole room gets to it, it just gets elevated to another level. And it's also, it's a room full of Black women. We're silly. So like, I remember one day someone didn't have an ending for their sketch and another writer pitched one and then said, but you owe me an ending. I'm going to collect later.
That is
we're just
great. I would love to be like a fly on the wall in that writing room. About how long does it go on? Because you guys must be brainstorming like crazy.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, because of COVID, we wrote this season so long before we shot it that I don't even remember. It was a very long time ago, but we did the whole writer's room. We prepped to shoot. We were just about to start shooting and then COVID happened and we stopped down. So we had a huge break unexpectedly between the writer's room and production.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know the writers spend a lot of time, crafting those scripts so that when they come to us, as far as the performers in our stage, they're so well thought out that we just have fun being able to go into the space and rehearse with the director and rehearse with each other, and then finding even little smaller nuggets. And then like once we put it on feet, by the time it gets to set and we're donned in our wardrobe and our hair and our makeup, we even find extra layers of stuff to bring to the table because now we're really living in the moment, and it's so fun to just kind of see where we start from a day one of a first table read and then where we end up with, watching the trailer or watching an episode and just being very, very excited to see how much work went into it and how much it pays off.
Cool. Well, ladies, I thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I really appreciate it. And I love the show. So
thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Diedre. Have a good one.
You too.
Better shake your booties for Black girl nerves. Better shake your booties for Black girl nerves.